My adventures at E3 2016 were made possible by NVIDIA Australia and New Zealand. Hello again, I am Blunty. I've had a very big day today. Despite the doors of E3 proper still having not opened, that happens tomorrow. I'm very excited to get on the show floor and start exploring. But today was a big day because 3 of the final big press conferences took place. We had Xbox, we had Ubisoft, and then we had PlayStation. And I went to the Xbox one. I didn't go to the other two, but I did watch them streaming at the NGN, the NVIDIA Gaming Network sort of little headquarters they've got going on there. And I'll show you a bit of behind the scenes stuff later on the video too, and then tell you all about that. Did some more filming for them as well, so there should be another video with my mug on it going up on their channel soon. But anyway, so first things first. First thing in the morning was the Xbox presentation, and boy howdy, did Xbox knock it out of the park this year. Usually they're a bit, well, awkward. But this year, man, they've got their shiz together, I'm telling you what. First things first, pretty much everything they showed, the tagline was, exclusive to Xbox and Windows 10. So that squishing together of Xbox and PC gaming is happening more and more and more behind the scenes at Microsoft. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a terrific thing, and I touched on that very subject in the video I did for the NGN, which you probably see. And alongside that Play Anywhere initiative were a couple of other things to help make the gaming community a better place to be. The first one was looking for a group, which is their system, as you may imagine from the name, to help gamers come together. It's just a way to find other people who are playing the game you want to play that happens to have a multiplayer online component or something. So you're playing The Division and you're looking for a group to do a certain mission. Or, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, you can look for a group and try and find people who want to play the game you want to play the way you want to play it, instead of relying on having to find these people using outside services or just random luck in matchups, and we all know how that often turns out. But it's a really good thing, really interesting. I'm really very interested to see how well it actually works in the real world. I mean, it's a very good idea, but whether it works in the real world or not can be a completely different story. So fingers crossed it delivers on what they hope it will deliver, because that will be a fantastic thing for gamers. The other thing they're putting together is Arena, which is an esports kind of focused thing. It's a system in place to do tournaments and stuff, which is not something I'm personally interested in, not being a competitive gamer or very interested in competitive esports particularly, not most of them anyway. But to have something like that sitting there, again, just like the looking for group thing, to have that system in place to make all of that so much easier for the players and the people sort of organising these things is a fantastic thing. So big thumbs up to Microsoft for that. Now onto the games they showed off. Gears of War, there's a new one, of course there is. I'm not going to let it die yet because it's a wonderful, wonderful cash cow for them, I imagine. But the new one looks spectacular, and I mean, it looks spectacular. It looks very, very pretty, amazing actually. I think I saw some colours even, which is unusual for a Gears of War game. Usually they're just brown and a bit of red, but this one I think had a few extra colours in there, which was astounding, really. Besides from my snarky remarks, it did look really good. It looked like it flowed really well. It looked like the movement was good, and I'm not historically a huge fan of cover shooters, but I did find, the original Gears of War games, I did find myself enjoying them there, and this looks like a very good evolution of that sort of mechanic as well. The way you move through the level and get cover to cover to cover, it looks really interesting. But of course, those of you already familiar with me, especially those of you who drop in my Twitch streams, will know I'm a Minecraft fan, so when they started talking about Minecraft, my ears pricked up. Now, the Minecraft they're talking about, it's not the PC Minecraft. That's the Java-based one. That'll slowly get pushed out of the way, because frankly, running it on Java is not the most brilliant thing going forward. What they want to do is unify the entire Minecraft universe, or ecosystem, I guess, if you like, and that's what they've started doing really aggressively now with these announcements. So people on iOS, people on Android, people on the Samsung Gear VR version of Minecraft, and people on the Windows 10 version of Minecraft can all play together. Those things are, they're all running on the same basic code base, and they're all going to sort of be able to bleed together because they're launching a Realms system for them. Those of you playing Minecraft on PC may already be familiar with Realms. It's the official Minecraft server function, and with Realms for what's basically the Pocket Edition variants that we're talking about, you can have your friend on, you can have one friend on their iPad playing in the same Minecraft world as someone using an Android device, or something like the NVIDIA Shield TV. That's an Android device. Also Windows 10, so someone on a desktop computer and an Android device and an Android TV thing and an iPad and an iPhone, they can all play in the same world and just play together without having to worry about any of that sort of weird compatibility to different devices, different control schemes, all that kind of stuff. To quote someone else's phrase, it just works. And that's a wonderful thing. That's exactly what Minecraft is for, just bringing people together to have fun and sort of eliminating as many barriers to entry as possible. So that's very exciting. There was a game called We Happy Few, which looks like a very interesting sort of psychological examination thing. I'm not going to go too much into it here because basically it's incredibly confusing, but you just watch the trailer for yourself. I'm sure it's uploaded on the official channel or something, but it looked fascinating. I'm going to have a go at that, certainly. We got some new information about the new Tekken 7 and the story mode, and the cinematic of the story mode seamlessly bleeding into an actual battle is really nice. I mean, usually you have the cinematic and then the battle, get the loading screen and then you fight and then you get another loading screen, then a cinematic place. This looks like it's just going to bleed from one to the other, to the other, to the other, which, doesn't really make the game any better as far as playability goes, but it's going to make the experience of playing the story mode a lot more fluid, a lot nicer, a lot more seamless. Which is always a good thing for that kind of thing. As a Tekken fan, I'm very much looking forward to playing that as well. And then there was Sea of Thieves, a sort of MMO-style pirating, sort of a little bit cartoony looking thing. And the way they demoed that was fascinating. They got basically a bunch of people, just ordinary players from the community who were excited about the game coming, and put them in a room with a bunch of PCs, didn't tell them anything about the game, didn't give them any tutorials or guides or how-tos or anything, just threw them in the deep end and said, here, play this for a while. And so presumably they filmed a day's worth of video and sort of chopped it up into a nice little package to show people, to give them an impression of what they hope the game will be. And it looked like there's a lot of fun to be had just messing around in this world with a group of friends. You're sailing along and what they call emergent gameplay, when you come across a group of other players randomly and they attack you, or you attack them, or maybe you cooperate. We all know you won't cooperate because we're video gamers. You see someone else, you attack them. That's the way it's done. But it looked like a hell of a lot of fun. And of course, a lot of that is down to the clips they chose and how they edited it together. We know it could have been 5 days worth of material and they got 3 minutes worth of really exciting stuff. We don't know for sure yet. But the point is, the way they demoed it made it look very exciting, very intriguing. It certainly got my interest up. Speaking of which, the last thing from the Xbox presentation that got me really excited was the new Forza Horizon 3. I think. I better double check my notes. I'm pretty sure it's Horizon 3. I get confused with these names and numbers, and you know how it is with video game industry. Sometimes they go back to 1, and when it's really the 7th one. But Microsoft are never really good at numbers anyway. But the new Forza Horizon looks amazing, and it's set in Australia too. One of the first things we saw was a bunch of kangaroos jumping along, and a bunch of footage of cars racing along a beach, which looked fairly iconically Australian. I think it might have been one in South Australia. I think I've seen photographs of it. And through the Great Sandy Desert, something that looked a lot like parts of the Northern Territory that I walked through a few years back when I went on a trip up there and just sort of wandered around for a while in the middle of nowhere with, no town in sight and all that kind of stuff. It looks astoundingly pretty, and as we know, Forza games tend to play quite nice too. So I'm really looking forward to that.